Hello, everybody. We're back with some more Frozen Frontier.
All right. This is exciting. We find the switchback. I
can hear the stream.
Yeah, I hear
Someone's
it.
watching the stream.
This is exciting. We find the switchback.
Oh, God.
This is exciting past Nick.
Who
I
is it?
agree.
Who's got the stream on?
I think it's Greg.
I don't know where it could be coming from, though, because it's not actually in any of my tabs.
Oh my God.
Nick?
Nick?
Is it gone now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess somehow it was me, but I don't. I had it muted though. I'm not really.
It's all right. It's all right.
He was watching the stream to snipe Neal's plans.
In the past.
Yeah.
All right. So you have found this switchback up this cliff.
Do they look the same as the last switchbacks that led to the tomb?
No. The last switchback was a nice wide path. This is pretty narrow. Much more narrow. You don't think you could haul your sled up here. There's, in fact, let me rephrase that. There's no way in hell you could haul your sled up here. You'll have to ascend this manually.
We need to hide the sled
Yep.
Yes.
in a place where we can easily find it again and mark it clearly.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of shit on the sled, so we need to work out what we can actually carry.
If I carry 1.5 pounds more, I'm going to be encumbered.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
about the same situation.
I mean, we can drop the firewood, right? We don't need that if we're going inside.
Maybe we should keep everything on the sled and
Even
just
the
take
Yeah.
like maybe an extra day's worth of rations just in case this is like a big trek through the mountains. And if it proves to be a big trek, we'll come back and like make a decision on.
If you don't mind me being lightly encumbered, then I can carry some of it.
No, it's okay. Like I can do it. But what about the tent? Like, are we leaving the tent?
That's what I'm saying, right? Is like maybe leave the tent, maybe leave the like most of the stuff. Take like enough food for a day, maybe. And you're
If
like
we're going to leave the tent, then we have to bring, or we have to only go half a day before we turn back.
My thought is maybe we'll find a tomb or something.
Yeah,
that
we'll go inside.
Sure, but I wouldn't want to bank our survival on that. And if we don't bring the tent and we get caught by nightfall, we're going to freeze to death.
Do you know
Well,
what? I can bring rations down the tent and still only be lightly encumbered. So
Okay, and then I'll carry a night's worth of firewood for us. I can
Okay.
do that and be lightly encumbered.
all right, you carry the firewood. So I'm gonna leave. So you're taking 8 hours of firewood.
Probably more like 12.
Okay, you take 12. So there's still 32 pounds on the sled.
Okay. How much? It's just a pound per hour, right?
Yeah.
That's all we need. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll take an extra 12 pounds of firewood.
And I've still got 15 days of rations with me.
Okay. So
On
I'm
the
lightly
sled.
encumbered. with
You mean
that
on
in
the
my
tent.
backpack.
Are there rations being left on the sled?
No.
Yes. Oh,
No,
you're taking all
I've
of
got
them?
them all.
Okay,
I've got
so
'em
we've
all.
taken everything off the sled then.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I've actually got 25 days of rations. Not everything. There's still firewood and the sled itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we're
Grimes will like
bury
casually
that in the
pick up
snow.
one log or something like that.
But yeah, we'll like
less than
carefully
5
count
pounds of
paces
wood.
from like the base of the stairs or the switchback, and like find we'll do like carefully counting paces, make a couple of turns, bury it in the snow, maybe stick a small flag in it.
Yeah.
We want to make it clear so that we can find it later, Neal.
Sure. You bury it and mark it, and
remember, we could pace it
Yeah,
out
we
even if it
counted
weren't marked.
paces and how to get
count
to where we
paces. You guys are doing well this time. You figured it out. You've learned from your last mistake of burying your treasure in the snow somewhere and then leaving it for months and coming back and not being able to find it.
I can't
Lessons
remember.
learned.
What is it we lost there? Was that
Nothing
all of the-
important. It was a bunch of like knoll spearheads and some furs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things that we might want later,
Okay.
which I never come back for in RPG.
And then we start climbing up. I am excited.
Yeah.
Why? Ooh.
Wait.
Okay.
Should we?
Is there no-
I want to do a quick survival check to see if I can tell where the weather's going. I know today is calm, but
And should we do an
wondering-
omen reading as well?
Yeah, I'm
Is
wondering
there
where
an
the weather's going.
equivalent like of a trailhead marker or something at the foot of this?
No.
Like an ancient knollish trailhead. Like, here ye be entering the land of the dead.
There's no like 5 miles, medium hike, disabled friendly sign. No.
Yaramir, can you read your omens?
What would you like to know?
I mean, maybe that's what you're looking for. Yield trailhead marker. Any ominous signs that this is
That
death store?
if there lies great treasure inside.
Whether
Like what
there
you did.
lies treasure at the end of path. Yes, I
Does
can actually
wheel or
feel
woe
this.
await us?
Or what he said, yeah. That sounds suitably ominous.
Those are the exact words that the player's handbook uses.
Does wheel or woe await us?
Well, wheel or woe is what the answer to your omen reading or no, to your. Usually it's astrology or whatever, right?
I'm gonna have to turn you way the fuck up. I cannot hear you, apparently.
Okay.
Me
What
or
are you
Nick?
saying?
Who can't you hear? Who can't
What are you
hear?
saying?
Hello, Greg. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you. I can't hear Ryan worth a damn.
Really? Can the rest
Okay,
of you
you
hear
hear-
me? I'm not really saying anything important. I'm making interesting
I thought-
sounds with my mouth.
I thought you were telling me what I should look for.
I
Yeah,
can hear
go.
you fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what?
Just-
What
I mean, I
is
don't
the
think-
question you are asking of your stones?
That's what I was trying to understand, right?
Well,
like, what do you guys want me to find out?
So William doesn't realize how it works, so he's just asking you to read your omens.
Okay.
and Ryan realizes exactly how it works, and he was saying, "Does wheel or woe await us?" Because that's all you get.
Wheel-
If you
does-
succeed,
okay.
it tells you it DM goes thumb up or thumbs down.
Right. Yeah.
Wheel or woe, or you failed.
Sure. I take out the bones and my bowl, and I kind of gather a bit of ice from the center of the trail as it starts, and cast that with my bones. And I ask the arcane as I meditate, what awaits us at the end of this trail.
All right. Let's make this check. Ooh, okay. I am PMing you in Discord.
It's a critical fail. Don't trust it.
The exact text. You can tell the players whatever you want to tell them. Probably not the exact text because, you know, you're kind of just making this stuff up as you go along.
Right.
So I'm looking expectantly at Yaramir.
I kind of meditate for a few moments, and maybe I make those harumphing sounds that like you get in those martial arts movies with the master that strokes their beard. After a few moments, Yaramir looks up and says, "The fates are slightly unclear. However, they warn of both great danger and perhaps new worlds, or how else to say." Great danger, and beyond it, great glory, great
No, what?
positive.
Did you just say this is the end of the world?
He did say new world, so is it really the end or is it the start of a new one?
Well, it would be both, Faris.
Opportunity is good translation. I use Merriam-Webster's magic cantrip, and opportunity is good word.
We
I
came
wouldn't
here
read
for
too much
danger and for glory.
into it, Grimes. Sometimes translation issues like that make things seem worse than they are.
What tongue are you translating from, sorcerer?
In Old Common, I tell you the name of the Old Matavan tongue.
Look,
It's essentially Old Common. It's a proto language spoken before Common became
Grimes, the wizard said, danger and glory awaits. That's what we came here for. Let's go. And I start climbing up the switchback.
Yeah. You find, it's probably not 10, 20 seconds before Grimes is already bounding up the mountain ahead of you. Didn't have to tell him twice. And I actually am unencumbered.
What's the weather like today?
If
Is
I've
it
only got
calm?
a couple pounds of
Yeah, today's
firewood.
calm.
Awesome, I can actually use my bow.
Beep 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 beep. Climbing up a mountain.
Yeah, I think if I had known these wind range weapon restrictions, I would have built my character differently.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But it also makes a lot of sense that you're kind of
have
coming
known,
in
yeah.
with improperly geared. So
Honestly, if I was min-maxing in general, I would have gone for the 17 in strength.
yeah,
maybe.
17 dex is pretty good.
I don't
Yeah.
think this is good. If I had taken 17 strength, I could wear better armor. I could. I
you
have a
get-
better 2-hit bonus.
If you get extra attacks, man. And you get ranged attack bonuses.
I could dual wield with 17
And you
strength
get-
and 14 dex. It'd be just as good.
Okay. So you begin to ascend this switchback trail, and it gets maybe 30 feet up, 40, 50, 60 feet up now. The fog is thick enough that you can still see the ground, but not very well. You can see the treetops better because they're, coming up closer toward maybe just a few feet below you. But you're kind of being lost in a world of gray. There's this gray mountainside around you. If any of you had a stone masonry proficiency or anything to do with stones, I could tell you what type it was, but I think none of you are stonemasons. And then instead of seeing the ocean, you just see like fog. So it's like mountainside and fog, and then down below you there's like a little bit of trees. And this switchback goes up, and then it starts to wrap kind of southward down along this coastal area, and what was a little bit of a trail becomes like these infrequent footholds.
Aha, my goat trail. I think Grimes is eagerly like bounding from little foot ledge to foot ledge before realizing that the rest of the party may have more trouble up ahead.
I'm slightly disheartened by this.
Yeah, let me know if it gets to the point where like a climbing check will be required. In general,
You're looking ahead right now, and you're like, dude, these guys are gonna I can probably take this no problem, but these guys might have some trouble with this next set of passageway coming up here.
Okay, so I have 7 pigeons. I don't have. Does William have rope? Looking back, do you have like a rope
Somebody
Yeah.
hanging off your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So I think let me know as soon as it's like a point where we're gonna make climbing checks, and I think I'll rig up a piton and start.
Well,
we didn't
now.
resupply, so we don't all have harnesses. I'm the only one.
That ship, it might have already arrived back at the fort. It's definitely going to be there by the time you guys get back, unless it's sunk on the way with all
so
of your
can
stuff.
I see how far we've got? I mean, I don't know if I can take us indefinitely, but I guess just to start, I'll start hammering in a piton where it's like obvious that we're gonna have problems. So
I lie, by the way. I don't have rope.
You don't?
I thought I did, but I have a harpoon, but no rope.
I think we are going to need to get unencumbered because that's going to penalize you on any checks we need to make. I don't know if without more rope, if I can avoid climbing checks. So maybe I scout ahead and see.
Sure.
I get this first piton established, and I can like tie. I mean, if it's more than 10, 15 feet between footholds or whatever. I mean, what does it look like this was set up for?
It doesn't look like it's set up. It looks like this trail might be just kind of a trail worn by use, and up ahead it's a rougher section where you just have to like go across the wall, and this just kind of looks like a horizontal. It's maybe not quite such a path, but there are clearly areas that have been worn out.
If we were to
that
make a
look like
climbing
you can
check,
move.
what would that be for us?
Average of dex and strength, and then probably all sorts of penalties for encumbrance. And maybe he would apply something for not being a thief, but
Yeah, since they're not a thief, I would give
I think
them...
it'd just be average of. I think I started with average of dex and strength, and then I've gotten a ton of points to dump into it.
Yeah, I would still have them start less than the average thief. So maybe instead of dividing by
But
3,
the
I would
average
have them divide
thief
by 4.
starts with 100 points to get. So at level 1, I had like 22.
Sure,
21
sure. But
climbing.
an average thief who puts 0 points into climbing should still be better than a person a person with similar stats who's not a thief. So it would be strength and dex divided by 4. Would be their base climbing
That's
skill.
horrible.
It's
right?
probably like for you. It's probably like 8
3.
on a d20. 3 for your armor.
But your strength and dex
Three is some
together are...
change, but it rounds down to 3.
That's
Wow.
horrible.
So so once we resupply, if we all have harnesses and we have pitons, we can hammer strings of we can hammer rope, so we never actually have to make a climbing check. Right. Depending on how far we need to span.
And
I
this
think
is a rough natural rock, so you get +2 on your check for it. And it's not slippery or wet. None of you guys are wounded. You can climb more slowly for another +2 if you would like.
So I free climb and I don't roll a 1, so I at least want to scout ahead and see how far it is that would be impassable.
All right.
So
you start scouting along this cliff. You make it maybe 80 feet down the edge of the cliff, to the point where you can't even see the party behind you anymore. But up ahead, there's a ledge. A big ledge that leads into a cave.
Oh, come on.
if I feel secure here, so I'll find somewhere where I feel secure and hammer in another piton.
Sure. With that 19 plus all of your modifiers on that, you're fine.
Yeah.
You
so
can
I, like,
stand here
straddle
and
a ledge and then like give a couple good whacks, and then probably maybe even I can at a certain point I can hold on to it while I finish hammering it in.
yeah.
The back of my combination ice pick.
So you guys can hear Grimes after he
So
goes along
I'll-
this cliffside. You can just hear this bing, bing, bing coming out from the gray mist on the other side.
Alright, once I've got that secured, I'll shout back. There's a cave, but I think we need more rope. And eventually I'll climb back.
There's got to be some other way across. We can't go back now.
Yeah, so I return to the party
Well,
and I explain
okay.
the lay of the right. You said it's 80 feet beyond where I was, or I was
Not-
80 feet in front of the party, and it was beyond that.
Right. It was maybe another 30 feet beyond that. So it's like 110 feet from the area where the party can walk without having to make checks.
Yeah.
not
So
to
if-
get bogged down in mechanics, but if we had pittons and a rope, what would that do mechanically?
Well, we would need more rope. But if I had
Would that basically circumvent the climbing check entirely? Because
It
if I still have to
depends
make
on
a
the
Yeah,
method in
well-
which you use the pittons and
because
rope.
I'm gonna be honest, if it's really divided by 4, no amount of modifiers is gonna get me to make a climbing
No,
check
so
ever.
what I can
because I have
do-
really good strength and dex, and my modifier would still be 4.
yeah,
What
no,
is your
this
strength
not-
and dex?
14 and 17, so it'd be 15 average. Divided by 4, I'd have 4.
No,
No, add your two
sorry,
stats
divide by 4
together
is the
and
sum.
divide by 4. So,
So-
add
yours
them
would be
together.
a 7. Yeah, add
So
them
for
together.
thief, it's strength and dex divided by 2. For non-thief, strength,
Divided
dex.
by-
No, I thought for thief it was strength and dex divided by 3.
For climbing?
For climbing,
I
yeah, strength
still
and dex
wouldn't-
divided by 3.
Okay.
Even at a
Yeah.
7, I would still never do that. Even if it, like, with modifiers, that's still terrible. If I got like a +5 for having ropes and pittons,
Divided
it'd
by
still be
3.
like a 50% chance of me falling to my death.
Yeah. So the ropes
So I
and
guess I-
pittons really depend on what you're doing with them. Are you attaching ropes to people, or are you just attaching like a rope along the edge that people are holding on and walking, using as a grip?
Yeah, if you have them such that if you ever fail and you fall, you're hanging from a piton that's less than 10 foot of a fall or whatever. You could you could basically negate
How much rope do we
check.
need?
probably 110 feet, right? Enough to maybe less.
We don't
Do
have
we?
that much.
Do we? How are we pulling the sled? Do we, have
like
enough
a
rope
small
on the
amount of
sled?
rope?
The sled
Yeah,
is
yes,
left
there's
down
like-
below. Remember,
But
it's
we
hidden.
could go back and
Right. It's not
untie
even
the
close to
rope from the
110
sled.
feet though. It's like we have like 10 feet of rope on that sled.
So, does somebody not have rope? I feel like I
Ryan
started this
was
game with-
leashed to the sled somehow, so Ryan's got to have
So
some
okay,
rope on him.
well I have 24 feet. I think it comes in 50-foot increments. So there may be
Yeah.
25 feet that was cut and partially
And
used
put
to
on the
lash
sled.
William or
That makes
whatever.
sense.
I have 24 feet on my character sheet.
That's still
Yeah, I
not
dunno.
110 though. Like
No.
we're still less than half of what you wanted.
That's why I was like, if we did order a bunch of climbing harnesses.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
So
I
I've
don't
got
want to
7
turn back now, but there's no way in
pittons.
hell I'm making a climbing check.
Let's see, with 7 pittons, if I put one, well, now there's one here and there's one at the halfway point. If we string 7 between here and the other side,
it's about one
say,
every
100
15 feet, about.
then I could tie myself and the next piton to the person behind me. I think if we took a couple hours, I could probably get everyone safely across using these pittons in the.
Are you strong enough to just drag Yaramir up?
No, but I would tie you.
I think
to
you're
the
gonna
piton.
have to probably drag me up because I think I will fail every check.
Yeah, like if we have to do anything that makes a check, I'm pretty sure Yaramir dies. Your modifier's 3, right?
My modifier is 3.
So
Yeah.
that's 1/4 of your stats,
Yeah.
and then it'll be +2 for the wall, +2 for the rope, plus
That's still terrible.
2 for going slowly.
2 for going slowly,
Okay, that's better than I thought. I thought I was just gonna be rolling d20 plus
and that's
3.
probably for the whole span, right? Or I don't know how you would break up the number of checks. And then
It would be
and then
one
the-
check. It's not a great distance. It would
Even then,
be-
that's still only +9. You're looking at a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, but plus 9's that's a makeable check. Plus
Sure,
3
but
is
what's the penalty of failure is the issue.
I fall and I take
You
d6
fall.
damage.
No, I mean,
you
but
fall,
if you fall,
well, you fall all the way.
if you fall a few feet
Yeah.
and you're
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
from a harness to the last pitten,
Right, but do we have harnesses?
I have one
No.
that I'm
No.
wearing that may not fit.
Well, we could throw
Catherine
it back
over here,
down
but-
and go and get it. You know, like one person goes across with the harness, throws it back down.
Yeah, so what I think we can do is we can have like.
Right, if we have to
Grimes
make
and
Are we,
Debbie.
are we climbing up? I assumed that the issue here was
This
we
is-
were walking along a path.
This is
and
a
it got too
horizontal
narrow.
exchange.
Yeah. So I assumed the issue was that it got too narrow to the point where there was a chance of us slipping and falling off the edge.
Right.
And I see the issue there with the harness being that you could probably throw it back, or you could accidentally drop it, and then it would fall all the way down. And how far is the drop, Neal?
No one's throwing anything
It's
back.
into fog and then into ocean below.
Oh.
And I can't swim.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to turn back here, but there's no way in hell I'm making a check unless it's
Well-
secure and I'm not going to fall into the ocean.
So while they're, I don't know how long this discussion goes on for. I'm going to start hammering in pittons if it takes long enough that that's an option, and probably
Yeah.
punctuating
Well,
this
I'm-
discussion with bing, bing, bing.
I'm not turning back like lightly. So
I'll at
you've
least
got
get
time.
started. So I'll go ahead and use all my pittons here. Why not?
Sure.
And
So you
we'll
hammer
evaluate
in your
the
7
situation
pittons.
from
Do you
there.
go all the way to the ledge with the cave with them?
Yeah, and what I actually do while I'm hammering this, so I don't have to make a climbing check, and just to show what we'll do as the party. So I've got the harness. I've got 24 feet tied to me. I string. I guess in this case, I'll probably use the whole thing. So it's like 24 feet of rope, minus whatever's tied at either end, to the first pitton, and then I free climb. I hammer in another. So if I ever fuck up and fall, I fall, and I'm
Cool.
tied to a pit.
Let me just make some checks, see if you
And-
fall.
And then
no,
eventually
it
I
goes
climb
low.
back, I untie it, I keep moving. I mean, typically I would roll the climbing.
This is
check,
an
so it doesn't matter.
exhausting process.
Yeah.
Grimes
I think-
is going to be wiped out.
I mean, but this is what this is
Yeah.
what he's made for.
This is like an all-day thing where you create this apparatus and then get each person up. You're free.
Do we want? I mean,
Same.
seeing. So you see Grimes going to work while I think you're debating whether or not you are willing to fall to your deaths. I mean, is that what we're going to do? Are we ferrying the party apart across one by one, or do we want to go back?
If there's a way that we can guarantee safety doing this, sure. Otherwise, there's no way in hell.
Yeah, if we can do it so that a failed check doesn't mean falling into the water.
So I don't have any trouble setting this up, and it's probably an hour or
Like
two,
as long as we can
right?
tie the rope to somebody, like put a harness on them, and we have a way of getting that harness on everybody and everybody across one at a time. Then that's fine by me.
So we've got 7 pittons across a 110-foot span with 25 feet of rope. So that means there's a pitton every
16 feet.
is like 16 feet.
Can I-
25 feet of rope. I mean, if
5
you
feet
do
goes
as,
around a person, so that's 20 feet of rope to use. So you're gonna tie the rope to a pitton and then to a person, have them go as far as they can, and then hold, and then you move the rope to the next pitton. Which means you're
I
gonna have to
really
be
wish we had a
climbing
second
over and
harness or a
around them
second
and stuff.
rope.
Yeah.
I mean, every
because
pitton,
I think what's going to happen is Grimes is going to have to ferry. I think what's going to happen is Grimes will have to take the harness and rope back,
Yeah.
so that each
Yeah.
of you can
and
do
that's
the
fine.
safe
Like as
way
long as
across.
as long as it's
And
safe
that will
for everybody, I'm
probably-
cool with doing the crossing.
I'm worried about Grimes failing, like rolling a random 1. I think that's right, using this method. If we don't have a
can
second
swim,
harness,
can't you?
right? 'Cause
Yeah,
at
if
some
you
point
have a one,
I'm
you
gonna
have a
to
1 in
free
20 chance of just dying. I think everyone else is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
It
that
is
what,
one?
what's
If you one
below?
climbing
Like,
check, right, Neal? Like you just make one check.
Yeah, I feel like, Grimes, you've already climbed back and forth across this thing a few times, putting in these pittons. I'm going to say, a man of your climbing skills, having traversed this area a few times, won't have to make any more climb checks to do it.
Okay.
Unless
Okay.
something
Alright.
comes along, like a storm or monsters start attacking you, then you'll have to make rolls again.
Assuming
Yeah.
perfect conditions, this is just a matter of time, not like skill at this point. Grimes has already done the skill-based thing. This is just like a matter of taking the hours to pull us all up and getting it done.
Right. So, who is the first person you're going to ferry across
So
Grimes?
Ferris actually brings that up. He says,
I'm
in the
actually
event
a
of a
little-
random monster attack, he suggests bringing Ferris across first, so that Yarmir
Yeah.
has William to defend him.
Yeah.
If
No,
you're
get lost.
game, I mean, Grimes has been working hard and panting, but I think muttering under his breath the whole time how much he wishes he had more pittons and more rope and another
If we get-
harness.
If we
I'm
go far,
frankly surprised to see anyone willing to span the gap.
Yeah, if like Ferris says, so this is safe, right?
Yeah, I don't know what advice I would give. Yeah, I mean, don't panic. If you fall, you're only falling the length of your rope. So
Okay.
don't tie off less than you're willing to fall.
Okay.
If I fall to my death,
Try
I'll
not-
find some way
so
to
I guess
drag you
worst.
with
I
me.
mean, so I guess worst case, you probably get yanked. I mean, you fall 25 feet, right, or 20 feet. The
Right.
length of
I can
rope.
live with that.
I don't
So
know
I
if you
think it's
take
going to take
damage from
about
that, or-
3 rounds to get somebody across. 3 minutes,
Okay.
because you could each person once tied to the pitten, once tied to the first pitten, they can move 20 feet, and then,
And then he has to
the
move
rope
it.
has to be moved, and then they can do 40 feet, like 20 feet to the pitten and 20 feet beyond. So that's 40 and 20, 60, and then another 40 feet brings you to 100.
And then the last 10 feet.
The
depending-
last 10 feet, maybe Grimes can hold your hand and you can go across. Or like the other person
Okay.
on the other side can reach you and just pull you across. So I'm going to say it's
Okay.
a 3-round progression to get
And then a
I
failed
would never do
climbing
this
check
if you.
is
Yeah, I would
is
never
fine,
do
dude,
this if you
basically.
didn't give me that. Well, I think if you fail a climbing check, you're probably going to fall, and he may do
the
D6
rope-
damage to you.
Yeah.
or
but
something.
I'll be
We'll
caught by
see.
the rope.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right,
Alright,
so
I'm glad to
Ferris.
see if he didn't guarantee me success on future climbing checks for this band, I would never agree to this plan.
Well, it's-
Because Grimes, meanwhile, is like having to free climb between these ledges to untie and tie.
Yeah, it's really a grime show. There's very
Yeah.
little of any risk to any of us because we're just gonna swing from a rope when we fall.
Yeah.
Grimes is gonna
Well,
be
yeah.
climbing up and down and up and down and up and
He'll
down.
be safe, because, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I have a
Let that
base modifier of
first 19
7.
stand.
And I've got ropes and pittons and terrain modifiers. What am I rolling for this check?
I think it's +2 for the rock, +2 for the rope, or is it plus more for the rope?
Let's see. You have a rope and wall, but not in the like climbing up a wall using the rope. So I'm going to say we've got 2 for the rock. We've got 2 for going slowly. That's 4. Let's say this.
I have like the pittons for fascinating to help me stay
Yeah,
secure.
the pittons should help because
But
Pittons
those are only
like
every 15 feet. Those are
yeah.
to catch you if you fall. Yeah, I think you're basically having to.
yeah, but if you're climbing it, it means that every 15 feet you can like catch your breath and
True.
sort of
Yeah,
think about
so
what you're doing.
let's say a +9 total bonus
Plus
to
9 total. Okay.
Yeah,
so
on top of
7
your
plus
normal stat.
So you basically have the
7
rope
plus
and wall.
9 would be
Yeah.
16. So d20 plus 16 for me.
Yeah, that should be doable.
Yeah. I think even Yarmir can cross this.
Maybe.
With the plus 9, it should be doable. All right, so d20
let's see
plus
it.
16. Yep. That's a fail. so when
just-
I'm curious, when you just narrowly fail, do you go plummeting, or is it more like you need to you fall back and
Failure
have to
is
re-
a
I
failure,
think
so
it means you
Okay.
fall in the last 10 feet when Grimes is about to catch you.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
make
so
it most of
Grimes
the way.
like starting to undo the knot and be like, you could just make the last 10 feet, and you just slip and fall, and the rope catches you at your waist. You don't die, but you are going to take some amount of damage here
Sure.
from the rope, like cinching. Well, I guess you have a full harness on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
probably
still
helped
did
break it.
fall 20 feet into just like a.
Just, should we call it a broken fall, so d6?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do.
so if we
um,
have the 20-foot fall to a 10-foot fall.
Sure. You take 5 points of falling damage as the.
Okay, that's rough.
And then I have to climb back. Do I have to make another check to get to the last 10 feet?
No,
or-
it's fine. You can just pull yourself back up. You've got a rope here, and you can make the rest of it on your own.
Cool.
Now, Sean, Ferris, you're the first one across.
Yes.
You're on this ledge. It's not very deep. It's fairly wide. It's maybe like 3 feet deep at the spot where you're on it. It's maybe 30 feet long, and there's a large cave entrance.
Yeah,
right
and I'm
here.
worried that the gnolls are in this cave. And what Ferris is going to do, is there any sort of like cover where I can keep myself mostly hidden and obscured?
Yeah.
Grimes
get my bow
begins
ready.
unbuckling the harness from you.
Ferris
so
is
that
going to
you
get
can
his
back.
bow ready and kind of like partially bury himself in the snow and just get ready to shoot at somebody from cover if he,
Sure.
if
There.
he sees any
So there's
gnolls
this
coming out.
this like section of ledge before the entrance of the cave. Like, I'm gonna draw it on the map right here. This is gonna be a top-down view. So if this is the cave right here, there's like a ledge that sticks out like this. And you guys are coming from that direction. So
Yeah, so I'm
Ferris
gonna,
can
like,
hang here.
I want to hide behind like cover and conceal something that's like a rock or something that's both cover and concealment. I want to like hide from the entrance and make sure that if anything comes out and starts walking our way that's going to interrupt the climb, I can shoot it.
Sure. Does that mean you are like poking your head into the cave the whole time, or are you like
No.
keeping your head?
Only if something comes out of the cave. I'm not going to
Cool.
shoot anything that's like in the cave mouth. Only if it comes out toward us.
Cool. So Ferris has got his bow ready while Grimes goes back to ferry the next person. Who's the next person, Grimes?
Aramir.
I would almost argue it should be you because you're heavier and Grimes is fresher now. I weigh nothing, so if Grimes gets really tired, like he can still help me out.
Sure, but then you're left here on your own.
Yeah, the reason I went first was so that you would have some sort of armed defender.
Look, if I'm,
I look
mean,
down the switchbacks. I don't think anyone's coming for us.
That's
All right.
I mean,
I'll go then. But
Either
Grimes,
way,
can you take some of my equipment over to the side so I'm not too encumbered?
how much equipment you got?
Well, could you not leave some of your stuff over there? And
What do
And
you?
then
What do you?
get some.
How much weight do you have?
I need to drop 23 pounds or 24 pounds,
What's
which is basically just the half, like the seal rations.
if
Half.
I hold 24 pounds, I weigh about the much as a normal person. Maybe
Yeah,
a
but
little.
then
what's what changes if I go to the first level of encumbrance? You know, in terms of climbing.
You have a penalty of 1 on your climb check.
Would you make me re-roll it?
What's
would
your
it
what's
change-
your
would it
bonus to
mechanic-
climbing right now? What is your climb check? Before modifiers for this situation.
32.
24, not including any mountaineering.
All right,
So he'd have
24
plus if he was
plus
in the
mountaineering, plus all of these things, plus you've
So
gone back and forth across this like 5 times already. So I'm going to say you could still do it lightly encumbered. Mediumly encumbered, you're going to have to start making rolls again.
Okay. So,
So
I'm going
we
across.
can rearrange gear. And we can get Will
Okay.
across unencumbered
right.
with all his gear.
All right.
Grimes, are you sure these pittons are going to hold me?
Yeah,
be
but
fine.
I give the shake to Yaramir, and yeah, we'll be fine, boss. Don't worry, boss. Roll the check, boss.
All right. Strength plus dex divided by 4 plus 9.
Strength plus dex, total divided by 4 plus 9, yes. Plus the
If it's
D20.
I
If
thought
it's
it was average divided by
6.75.
4.
Do I get 7 or do I get
You get
6?
6.
God damn you, Neal.
I was at 7.75, so yeah, I know how it feels.
So d20 plus 15.
Do it.
Oh, mate, I hate checks. They're going to kill me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everyone does, but I feel like I've been in this situation too many times. Yes.
You're fine.
You make it across without too much of a problem. Now, the only
Yaramir's
issue is
gonna be the
once
tougher
you're
case.
on the other side, there's not much room for both you and Yaromir unless you guys start like walking over in front of the cave entrance or start going in front of the cave yourself.
How much room is there?
It's
like-
about a
There's
30
about-
wide path, but there's only like 4 or 5 feet that are like outside of
Walkable.
the vision of the cave.
Okay,
I mean,
so it's about
if it's-
30 feet to the entrance from where you get to the other side of this little ledge, right?
No, let's draw a picture again.
Okay.
If there's no space, I'll just go in front of the entrance.
All right, so here's
Yeah.
this little walkway, and then this is the cave, this arched part. So this block right here is like 4.5 feet. And this little block here is maybe like 5.5 feet. And then this block here is maybe like 30 feet. So the scale on this is not great.
So,
I'm confused.
maybe not
sounds like
30
there's-
feet.
Where
maybe,
are we in relative to this old drawing?
You guys
I
are
might be a little bit confused
here. You're on that section. Whoops, that's actually open water.
Okay, and then over,
You're right here.
like
yeah.
this
So you're
area right here is not walkable. This is just like open space.
The red dot is where you are standing. The blue is open ocean and falling to your death.
Okay.
And this is visible by the entrance of the
That's
cave.
like in the entrance of the cave, correct?
So
Okay.
I think
so there's not a whole lot of room until you.
Can two of us squeeze there though? Are you saying not?
You can. It's going to be a really tight squeeze. You guys are going to be like pressed up against each other on this spot. You can do it,
William.
but you're going to be like in close quarters if something happens.
Okay, so I'm just kind of like concealed right on the other side of the ledge.
Yeah.
I thought I went up a little bit. So Ferris will suggest William heads to the other side and waits on the other edge of the cave mouth.
Grimes
no.
whispers in your ears, mates. They ain't heard me hammering out here.
That's a good point.
They ain't gonna notice you walking in front of the entrance.
All right, I walk across.
Okay.
I look
I
at.
remove the harness.
When William walks
and
across,
take it
I'll
back.
take the opportunity to like peek into the entrance with my infravision, see if I see anything.
The cave heads back and narrows. It goes to the edge of your infravision and then is just dark inside of there.
so there's
There's
nothing
no
within
light
60
source.
And I don't think they had infravision, or they might have had crappier infravision. But either way, they shouldn't. If I can't see them, they shouldn't be able to see us. Or no, they can because we're well as shit. Okay, I just hope William doesn't die.
All right.
Yeah.
So Grimes goes back to get Yaramir. Yaramir, I believe you have a D20 plus 13 check.
12.
Plus 12. Nice.
Big money.
Boom. Not a problem.
Nice.
Yaramir.
It's just, I like to think that Yaramir didn't climb worth a shit, but like every 10 feet or so, he was really light. And Grimes just reached over and like yanked him up another 5 feet.
All right.
Yeah, how
I
much
just-
do you weigh?
Yaramir's like the unathletic guy who goes rock climbing for the first time. He's like pasted to the wall, like I'm not moving.
yeah.
And Grimes is like pulling him along.
I come up, I've got like some scrapes just like down my face, where Grimes just like yanked me up to the next.
I didn't even think to lower this route, but if I had left all of my gear on the other side, I think that we could have done a piggyback. What did you weigh? Less than 100 pounds?
I weigh close to it. I weigh like 110 or 120.
That would have put me to moderate. I would have had to make another climbing check. We almost could have done the baby koala strategy.
So before we go in,
training Luke.
I gather my shit and I say, I don't think the gnolls are in here. You think
Either
they could
way,
have
it's a
climbed that?
cave. It's worth
I
exploring.
hope there's no gnolls in here.
Well, yeah.
the gnolls
but I mean,
already got to the treasure, then
what if it's something
find
that can
much the
fly?
same as last time.
If the
I
gnolls
look
are in
out.
here, they probably have some sort of
Are
climbing
you guys
gear.
like in the cave? The way I understood it is there wasn't enough room for 4 of us on this ledge.
There is, but some of us will have to be in like visible
In view of the
cave
entrance.
And that's
all
fine.
it was.
Once we're all across, I'm okay with moving in front of the entrance. It
Yeah.
was just before that I wanted to stay hidden.
Okay.
So, I light my
wanted-
lantern.
Before we talk about the cave at all, just for a character moment, when Yaramir looks off the edge of this ledge down into the fog below and like the ocean, does this look kind of like the edge of the world?
Yes, it does.
What do you mean?
Yaramir just kind of like stops and stares for a moment into the like off the edge of this mountain down. into
Is
the
it just like open sea
fog.
after that?
And looks down, and he remembers back to when he first asked Victoria to take him to like the wall in her hometown, and he didn't get to see it, but he had that perverse kind of urge to just kind of piss off the edge of the world and just kind of see it, and takes this opportunity.
Yaramir drops his trousers and pisses off the edge of the world into the gray fog below.
So wait, what do you mean by the edge of the world? Like, can you describe what it looks like looking over the edge really fast?
It's fog. Like, you look out,
Just
it's gray.
literally
You
fog?
look down, it's gray. You look up, it's
Oh,
gray.
so
You're
the fog
on a
just
ledge.
goes as far as we can see.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
wow.
you didn't know how high you had climbed up, you wouldn't know how high it is how far it is until you fall, or how far you would fall. Right?
Wow.
It's just
That's-
indeterminably far below you.
That's the spirit. Piss on death. Grimes will
Something
take a
tells
piss
me
as
that
well.
fog is not. Either way, at least we're going the opposite direction.
Just keep an eye out. I mean, there could be something that flies in here, like a dragon or
So I
something.
think we spark up the lantern. It looks like it's still on me. Is that what we did with the lighting?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah.
lighting coming in from the outside. Are you starting
I-
up a lantern?
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
know.
give my lantern to Grimes.
All right. What's the length of the light?
Perhaps
It's actually probably better for Yaramir to carry
perhaps
it.
yes, exactly. I agree
Okay.
with Grimes. Perhaps it's better I hold lantern.
I had it last time for the Molotov
I'm burning
cocktails.
6 hours
but-
worth of oil.
Okay, what's the how much does the lantern shine?
I'm not
30
sure,
feet.
Neil. Sorry.
I think
It's
it's
a hooded, right?
2020.
Yeah,
30 feet all
2020
around.
sounds right to me.
20 feet
what?
plus 2020?
Oh,
20
maybe
bright,
that's
20 dark?
5th edition.
No. Hooded lanterns go 30 feet all around. Bullseye lanterns go 60 feet in a cone.
I'm just gonna
That's
look
it.
it up.
It's a hooded.
Yeah, so it'd be 30 feet all around.
Yeah.
Vision and light. Hooded lantern, 30-foot light radius. Okay.
Yeah. So I see twice as far. So I'm probably like the lookout for this little expedition.
Okay, Yaramir, you now have a hooded lantern. You shine light all around you.
All right,
Forest, lead the way.
I'll be in the middle.
Doop, doop,
Yep,
doop,
I'm
doop,
gonna
doop, 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 doop.
We do the conga dance.
Slow crawl.
Through the...
Do you remember when we fought those basilisks with the light stones?
That was
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
Hope there's no basilisks in here.
And we're gonna
Back,
pause right
back.
there. No, we're gonna pause right there as Ferris takes a step forward and sees some giant furry monster
Right.
that is like
I'm saying, like-
cowering in the corner, and then as soon as Ferris is like, back, the creature starts moving in your direction.
Right. So
No.
okay. So can I like take
Very
a step
nice
back as I
spiders.
do that though? Like I go.
No, because the
Okay.
moment
Can
you see it,
I-
we roll for initiative between you and the creature.
Woohoo! Let's kill it.
Right. Should we all roll initiative?
Everybody should roll initiative because Ferris is shouting, back, oh my god!
5.
Is it a giant ice spider, Neil? I've been waiting for this. I knew it was coming.
Oh, it's better than a giant ice spider.
Oh, okay.
I think we're missing.
I can't see anything. I guess I don't have anything to do this turn. I'll just back up. He's saying back up. I'll back up. That's what I'll do.
It's a yeti.
Yaramir, you're the first one to go.
I back up. He says back.
He
I
does.
back up. How far can I back up? I guess I back up like 4 squares, 5 squares.
Yeah,
I
so
do-
we're out of the snow. You can go 120 feet and 120 yards and around.
How many
we're-
yards is a square?
120 feet
God.
in a round.
No, you can go 120 yards.
No,
you can
no,
go to
no.
your movement
That's,
rate. Oh,
that's,
yeah, I see. So you
We're
can go
in your
100.
dungeon / combat. It's
Sure.
infinite.
120 feet. Each square is 5 feet. So you can.
I move back 5 squares. Like he says back. I
So
go
it's
back.
25 feet. You can,
Yeah.
you can, or you can move another. I mean, you can still ready an attack.
I don't want to
or
like
whatever.
run out of the tunnel. He just said back, so I take like a half move back.
Marshall.
Do I say anything?
No.
No.
You have no
I
idea what
just-
Ferris is talking about.
I mean, I stand my ground. I'm ready an attack.
Okay. Ferris,
I'm going back here, shoulder to shoulder with William, ready an attack.
you have your sword out then, not your bow?
Yeah, both. Because it's gonna close into melee very quickly.
I say,
So.
Forest, what is it?
A yeti? I don't know.
Yeah, this giant.
It looks like a
fuzzy
yeti, right? Looks
white
like a big
creature.
fuzzy white
Yeah, I don't think you guys
humanoid.
know what a yeti is, but it's something like that. Comes running out
I have
with
heard it
both
is a
its
microphone.
fists, yelling,
Alright,
and goes to slam both of its fists down onto Ferris.
God damn it.
But I get my attack first, right?
That's true. You both readied
Yeah, I do as
actions.
well.
Just go ahead and take your
You
ready
go
attacks.
first, Forest.
So +3 and +2 for these attacks. Terrible.
those
so
are-
12 for one.
I'm pretty sure those are both misses. Yes, those are both misses.
Okay.
Hit 13.
That's also a miss.
God damn.
Shit.
Okay, the Yeti makes 2 attacks. One of them is a 22, the other is a 24. What is your armor class, Ferris?
Oh my god.
17.
So the 22 is a hit, the 24 is a crit.
Okay.
You take a grand total of 11 points of damage as the Yeti's fists come barreling down on top of you.
It could have been worse, Mum. Could have been a lot worse, probably.
Grimes.
Could've.
I am hiding in this little nook that I'm in,
Yes, you are.
and I don't know if there's any mechanical hide bonus. And I think I'm going to delay initiative to switch to a crossbow and make a crossbow attack. But I rolled a 3 on my initiative. Crossbow's like 8, so I'll just make a shot at the end of the round.
Sure, that's fine.
Should I make a stealth, like a hide check at this point or something? Is that even mechanically relevant?
It's not mechanically relevant.
Yeah. So Grimes is hiding in the shadows. And
okay.
maybe if I get a assassinated chance, that'll come into play. But
Yeah. Coming out from behind this one, for those of you that can see it,
Shit.
is a much larger Yeti wielding an icicle in his hand. He comes to stand behind the one in front of him, and then just kind of like stares down at William. And you notice his eyes are like unnaturally pale blue, and I need you to make me a saving throw versus petrification.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It is a basilisk. Fuck.
Get petrified. How's it feel now?
Yes!
Oh.
Mate, you
Does
can't
the
get
Yeti
me
get petrified instead?
thugs.
Does he have to make a saving throw versus William's icy stare?
William counter stares the Yeti to no effect.
Does it see its own Does it see its own gaze in the reflection off William's eyes, and now it needs to make a saving throw versus petrification?
No, unfortunately not. But I think Grimes finally gets his crossbow out and takes a shot.
Yeah.
Is it tall enough that it can't hit me?
Do Yetis speak the common tongue? Is that a thing?
Why don't you find out?
Yeah, so I think Grimes steps out and shouts, "Hold, we mean you no harm," with a crossbow and a power to take a shot. Did the Yetis respond, though? I'll give them like a chance to respond.
No real response to your words. There's no, processing of anything here.
Shoot
Neal.
it, Grimes.
I shoot the little one
Strike
right in the face.
Roll me some damage.
Oh, we got rid of the size bonuses versus large, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
We just neutralized all the damages.
So I shoot it in the face.
This thing is too wide to like go through a 5-foot path, right? It would have to like, if William stays there and I were to retreat back, it wouldn't be able to run past him.
Yeah, right. Okay. William could, in theory, block the path by himself and hold the ground.
Cool.
All right.
All right, everyone, please roll me initiative.
All right, so I'm gonna make a withdrawal then, and that's just +3
Yeah.
because I'm just moving. Okay, so fighting withdrawal at 11. Shit.
Grimes, there we go.
Oh, that's quick.
Yaromir, you are so fast, man.
Yeah, spells don't take a lot of time. I step forward so I get a little bit better light and see this bigger one. And with my free hand, I trace a shooting star, and I'm gonna hit him.
With the larger one?
Yeah, the
Shooting
larger
star?
one.
All
Magic
right,
missile.
magic missiles protrude from your chest, dealing
Ooh, 8.
Ooh.
8 points of damage. They strike the Yeti in the back, who howls in angry rage. The foremost Yeti raises his fists again to bring them back down on our beloved Ferris, the Elf Eater. The first one is a miss. The second one is another critical hit.
Shit.
You take 6 points of damage as the Yeti brings
still
his
alive.
fist across you,
Still up.
smashing you in the
Okay.
chest.
Okay, we're okay.
Do
Grimes.
these have you been updating their HP? Like, does the Yeti
Yes.
just look unscathed by these
I
by the
am
blows?
updating their HP. You should see it update.
I can't. I don't know.
It doesn't look like you updated it after the Yaromir hit. It
I
looks
think
like
the
it did after
back
crossbow.
one wasn't.
Well, I can't see the back one, but the front one that was shot with an arrow looks basically full.
Oh, you
as
shot
far
the
as I
back
can
one with
tell.
the magic missile. That makes sense. I do see the first one. It lost a decent chunk of HP off that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like
Okay.
a sixth or a fifth.
All right.
I don't.
I guess I'll just make a crossbow attack from the action. Yeah, no.
There we go.
Throwing knives. That's another hit.
Ah, bam.
There you go. Roll me some damage.
Bing, bing.
All right.
And I will once again back here and hide in the shadows. I don't know if I guess that's
Sure.
a full action to hide. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Ferris, your turn.
Fighting withdrawal. Back to there.
You get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, and I'm
Marshall,
gonna I'll pull out my bow
Alright.
so it's ready next round, but I can't shoot this.
totally fine.
I sidestep to block the entrance and then attack.
As a free
18.
action, I would like to whisper in Ferris's ear to not use the crossbow. I'm like, do not take crossbow. I will tend to your wounds next turn.
He can he take shots or he can delay
Probably not.
until
I imagine it's a full round action for both of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would probably Yaromir would have to. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Is that a hit now?
That's
Okay,
a hit. Yes.
Sure. I'll
So
wait
Ferris,
around.
if you don't take a attack, he can bind your wound. He can tend to your wounds and give you
Okay.
D3 HP back.
Yeah, sure. Ferris will like.
Ooh.
In fact, if that's the case, can I like? I have a good amount of movement, so I'll probably like step around here
Right.
so that I don't have to turn my back
So-
to the foray.
Marshall like impales the existing Yeti before him with a solid sword blow to the gut, and the larger one from behind it hurls the icicle in its hand towards Yaromir, who dinged it. The icicle
over
goes
William's
high,
head?
yeah, over William's head. Goes high, shatters on the ceiling above, raining ice bits down onto all of you below.
Damn.
And we roll initiative.
Second attack.
So
Oh,
I don't
second
roll
attack.
initiative then, because I'm just.
Right.
I'll roll initiative in case I'll have my like sword ready in case something tries
miss.
to charge past William. But I'll just let Yarmir do his thing.
Yes, your second attack is a miss. Let's roll some initiatives. Is that everybody? Oh, no, right. Because we don't need Yaromir's. Yaromir just patches up Ferris, but it's a full round action. Ferris's turn comes up. He's got something readied in case shit goes south.
Yeah, and then after he patches me up, I'll go down to here so that I can shoot around him.
Right, but that's his whole action, so it'll take a while to do.
Yeah. So basically, next round I'll be able to do something.
The one in the back comes forward a step, towers over its forward-facing brethren, and once again stares at Marshall. But Marshall, you passed your first check really well. I'll give you advantage on this saving throw while the Yeti hulks closer and tries to stare you down.
Doesn't he
Do
only
I-
have like a 20% chance of meeting eye contact with it if he tries to avoid it? I feel like after the first time, you'd have the state of mind to not try and meet its gaze.
I'd roll with advantage.
Fail.
Fail. Okay, so this guy's hulkingly huge, and his eyes are unnaturally hypnotic, and you find yourself like paralyzed, like stuck in place with fear, just like glued to your seat, more or less.
Damn it.
The foremost Yeti makes attacks at you, and even with it's a 15 is his highest roll, and if you have a penalty of 4 to your AC for not moving, I think that's a hit.
So it can make a gaze attack and
No, that's
punch
the
and
No, the
Which
one in the
one? Front
back
one.
made a gaze attack. The one in the
Oh,
front.
I thought
made a
we
punch
killed
attack.
the front one.
No, it's still
by the way.
alive.
No, it's probably the end of the round.
William, you take 6 damage as the Yeti slams its fist into you. It's your turn. You
Does
stand.
that wake him up from his petrification?
No, he stands paralyzed on his turn. At the end of his turn, he can make another saving throw to break
Okay, so
free.
now-
With advantage. You have advantage against all paralyzing gaze attacks from these guys.
Pass.
There you go. You get your shit together, and then Grimes takes a turn.
Captain, get your shit together.
Thanks, Grimes.
No, that
Shoots
misses.
me
I
in the
don't think
back.
there's anything I can really do other than keep popping out for these crossbow
No.
attacks.
Yaromir, roll a d3 to heal Ferris.
Is there a healing check, or can he just do it if they both give up their actions?
If they both, I don't think he needs a check to do it,
Yeah, I think it's just D3.
right? I don't think so.
2.
I think it might be, but it doesn't really specify that they both give up their actions. I feel like this is more realistic.
Yeah, I think this is better.
2.
All right.
And
Yeah, I think rules as written, the person like Ferris could still be shooting arrows while Yaromir does a heal,
Yeah.
and he gets a check for D3. I like
I'm
this
fine.
better.
I'm
They
fine with
both
giving
they
it
both
up.
just
Right,
stand
it seems
still.
a little bit weird that I could like bind my wounds while I'm shooting a bow.
Yeah, that is.
Right, this
a bit
works
weird.
better. All right, initiative rolls.
All right, so it's 7 for the bow.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Jeez, that's
so-
2 10s in a row.
So, Neal, I
Did
will
you-
try and avert this thing's gaze, if I can.
Okay. God, Yaromir, you're so fast, man. You're so fast.
I begin tracing a symbol of a kind of a square heater shield in front of me and mumble some magic words. And the arcane kind of shield spell just flashes in front of me. And I have this circular arcane like force that is in front of me and the Yetis.
Okay. The backmost Yeti kind of starts to back up a little bit and gives a growling, what almost sounds like a yell. It almost sounds like a language, but one you're completely unfamiliar with. as it retreats into the darkness. The
Leaving
same
its-
round that Marshall goes.
Leaving its wife to get slaughtered.
Or its son, or daughter, or brother, or sister, or something.
Well, that's a
You
hit,
definitely
right?
hit it, though, yeah. Definitely.
13.
And you definitely kill it. Yeah. It goes down in heaps of blood and gore, which... well, I guess that's Ferris's turn, then.
Ow, 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 ow.
I think we should make a retreat. That thing could have been calling for allies.
No, there's nowhere to retreat. We can't climb back down that cliff. We need to go forward.
Very well, but you're taking the front. I'm not going anywhere
Yep.
near those things.
I got it.
All right, and I'll stay a decent bit behind.
Okay.
All right.
This guy's
Yeah,
out of
okay,
combat.
stay behind.
Actually, I'm pretty willing to get up close now
Yeah.
for the next 5 rounds.
Whoa,
Like, how-
hold on. We're still in combat. Stop moving. Stop.
Okay,
It's
I'm
not
moving
safe.
back.
sorry.
I'm moving back.
Fuckers.
How many rounds does it take to like see this creature, right? When we move forward.
I don't compute.
Let's take this not out of combat then. Let's roll initiative. Everybody make your move.
Yeah, it's still Grimes' turn. Actually, it's Ferris's
Oh.
turn, and now it's Grimes' turn. We should stay
I'm
in
last.
combat.
I just rolled a 10
I didn't
on my
understand.
initiative.
I thought
think
you
I'm,
guys-
I'm dead last.
Yeah, all of a sudden everyone started moving their characters. It's
It sounded
Grimes'
like
turn
you
now.
took everything out of
Is
initiative.
it? Did Ferris make
holding.
his?
I'm holding until Willie moves. I'm not going to
Yeah.
the front.
Wait, why? Oh, you can't. We can't see the.
You can't see the
Actually,
other one.
hold on.
It's
Do I have a
hidden
clear
somewhere.
line of sight? I see one of the Yetis back there on the map.
5.
Can I
You
take a
do.
shot at that?
If you can
This
see
one's-
it, you can take a shot at it.
Yeah, I'll just ping it on the map so that you can see where I'm clicking. I see it right there.
Yeah, go ahead, take a shot. It's dark.
Okay, so this is
I'm going to give you
before.
a
I do have
penalty of
improvision,
2
though.
to darkness.
I have improvision, so I can see it pretty clearly on my map.
Yeah, I guess you do. Go for it.
Okay, so d20 plus 4. 21
That's a hit.
for 3 damage.
3 points of damage, and then Grimes goes.
I can't see it.
Right.
So
So-
if Faris is shooting, I'll just hold my ground
Okay.
So that's 5.
and ready an attack, Neal. If it
And then
comes.
if it's still visible, I'll take another shot at it.
Take another shot at the end of the round.
15. Hold on a sec.
Oh, well.
20. Actually, I don't have any light source, so
Yeah.
I will just move up to here
Okay, and then
and
I'm
hide.
gonna shoot at it again for an 8. That one's a miss.
That's a total miss. Now let's give me initiative rolls, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. I guess there's no point in readying an action if I'm dead last. Yeah, it's pitch black up here, huh?
I mean, you can ready an action
for next round.
for the
Can't they
next
just-
you hide
round.
it?
Yeah.
Get it in the back, yeah.
If
Nice.
if you ready an action one round, doesn't that basically make you automatically
Wait,
go
I mean,
Then
I'm whispering.
holds your
Where is
ready
it?
until your next turn comes up. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's actually cool. It means you can ready one round and basically just be able to act whenever you want the next.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've got a bolt loaded and I can't see shit.
Right.
So I'm just kind of like.
All right.
myself. So I guess. I mean, so I think. I mean, I guess I'll roll initiative, but.
Perfect.
Jeez. But the awful rolls don't matter because I think I can get a shot as soon as I have a target. Is that what
Yep.
how I'm understanding
This
it?
thing starts running into view, and you can see it.
Holy
Grimes.
carp!
And in its hand,
I
it has
should have drawn a dagger.
It has a brand new icicle. Make me a roll it. No, Grimes, it's a miss. The Yeti comes right for you because you're the one in front now. And it swings one heavy hand at you and another heavy hand at you. The first one is a 15, the second one is a 22.
Any bonuses? Can it see in the dark? I guess we're in the dark.
You
My
guys are
AC
being
is
lit, yeah.
15. It's using
15?
it's got an icicle in his hand. How can it be?
does.
making
Well,
two
one with an
attacks?
icicle stab, one with a left hand. They make two attacks. Yeah.
I think they're both hits, unless anyone can lawyer me a +1 AC for some random reason.
Your AC is 15?
My AC is 15.
Okay. The icicle hits you for 7.
So
the
it didn't like
fist
throw the
hits you
icicle at
for
me
1.
before? Because I get a
Before
bonus
it-
from
It's a
this.
new one. It's
Yeah,
a new one.
before it threw, this one, it grabbed off a new icicle from wherever it was back there.
'Cause I do have
and
a
has
bonus
come and stabbed
versus
you
missile weapons.
with an icicle.
What's the damage?
7 for the icicle, 1 for the fist.
That's alright.
Not too bad.
Marshall,
Okay, I'm fine.
Alright, I want to try and interpose between me, Grimes, and the. Yeah, like, I don't know if that's physically possible, but I'd like to get in the way and then attack it.
make me roll the hit. 18 will do it.
Getting it done, boys. 7.
brings it down a little bit more, but not quite dead. Now you want to interpose between you and Grimes?
We're fine.
Grimes and the Yeti?
We're fine. We're fighting side by side.
I mean, I guess I'll just like bang my shield against my sword and like scream at it.
Sure, I will let you. I will let you take Grimes's attack of opportunity. Like, if you want to move him out of the way by like rotating in front of him, I'll give the enemy an attack of opportunity on you instead of him to get him out. If that's
Grimes,
the way you want to roll.
can you update your green bar?
Oh, sorry about that. I've got a character sheet that I updated instead. There we go.
It should update from your character sheet to your green bar.
I know by the character sheet. I've got a tablet with a character sheet on it that I'm manually typing in hit points.
You'll be all right. I'm not taking an attack of opportunity for him. It's probably going to attack me next.
No,
anyway.
I'm going for my daggers.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Yarmir, it's your turn. Show him how it's done.
That's my turn. There we go. I feel really good about that turn.
All right, good job, Ferris.
I'm shooting at this Yeti right for its face.
Are you still level 2?
Crit?
That's a single crit.
Takes 40.
All right, and Grimes?
So that crossbow attack was ready, right?
Yeah, you already used it, so you have a full turn here.
Cool. So there is. I'm like letting the crossbow fall slack on its little rope or whatever that's tied around me, and drawing 2 daggers and going right back at this Yeti. Can I circle around it, or is there not enough room between me and the wall?
It's way too big. Yeah.
So like that. This is like okay. So I just stab it right in the belly. There's 1.
14's a hit.
And there's
17's
an offhand.
Bam.
Both daggers on in for 8 points.
Oh
of
my
damage.
gosh.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
I get it.
This Yeti is coming down slowly but surely. Give me an initiative roll.
I have a
Second attack.
Oh,
Second
fair.
attack.
Yep.
Second shot.
Second attacks.
15 should be a
Hit.
hit. For
The
3.
3. William, do you also have a second attack this round?
Yeah.
Well, that clears by 10, so triple damage.
This Yeti's fucked, man.
You're gonna
I really wanted him to throw that icicle at me again. I would have had 18 AC against it.
Oh, well, unfortunately, Kel William Marshall
I
has
know.
brought down the Yeti instead.
I was presenting and everything.
The Yeti dies with a gurgling breath.
Holy shit.
I take a second to look around. Does this cave look man-made, or is this just...
This is definitely a natural cave. This is in no way, shape, or form man-made.
This is not what I expected.
Sorry, boss.
Well, let's finish exploring it.
All right, the cave. There's not much more to the cave. You don't even have to move around on the map. It's pretty small. What you do find at the back of the cave, though, is what looks to be like a glittering pile of treasure.
Oh, shit.
That has been, for some unknown reason, stashed here by these Yetis. Maybe they've just like pretty things.
Wait,
but
where's
there
this
are.
treasure?
It's not on the map.
Okay.
The map is just a combat map.
Okay.
I just
You
watched
can
all
stop
these
looking
dots
around.
going around the back of the cave. Like, wait, where's this glittering treasure?
Yeah, and Yarmir's the only one with Yarmir and Ferris the only ones with light.
Yeah.
What do we have here, Grimes?
Shall I roll an appraisal check?
Well, let's
yes.
say, is there any weapons, or is it all just gold and gems?
No. There are not just gold and silver and copper, but there's also like glass, just normal glass and broken glass and glass bottles and like little bits of metal trinkets from ancient civilizations. Anything that is like reflective or metallic seems to be gathered and kind of just like distributed around on every little possible shelf or outcropping that you could hold something has a little treasure on it.
No weapons,
it'll take you. There are metal weapons lying around too.
But
Grimes,
we should
it'll take
totally
you like
go
an
back
hour.
in camp and come back tomorrow so I can have special eyes.
Yeah. So I fail to.
We could camp
I
here.
think I get lost in the wonders of a trinket or two. I don't know if there's anything
I think we should
specific
camp
that
in
catches
this
my eye,
cave.
Neal, but I think I get distracted. And it seems like
Yeah, we don't want to have to climb back and forth again.
Agreed.
Let's just camp
Also,
here.
if I fall, I might die. I feel like I'm about to die anyways. Yarmir, could you help me with my wounds?
Neal,
Yes,
can I get a suggestion for something that distracts me from my appraisal? Like what object in the room it doesn't necessarily need to be valuable, but is there something that catches my eye that prevents me from appraising the value of the whole stack?
Yeah.
Or a
There's
bolt.
this. It's slightly corroded. It's this. What do you call it? Brass set of. It's how do you want to describe it? It's like a crank that would have a rope go through it. Like it's a winch of sorts. I don't think Grimes has ever seen this before, but you can tell after looking at it and seeing that this is just big enough for a rope to go through, and it would clearly attach to here, and you can kind of move this crank and clicks, and you can see how it might work, and you can see that this might be a useful tool for someone who is into climbing.
Yeah, and who's also very dumb and is gonna. I mean, he's got no chance of appraising this treasure hoard because it's gonna take him a little while to figure out what this thing is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Neal, is there any firewood in here?
No, there's no firewood in the cave.
So we haven't got any firewood. Grimes could go and get some, I suppose.
It's a solid cave, though. It'll prevent you from having to from losing warmth tonight. It won't gain you any, but you won't lose any.
That's all right then. Sweet.
Hey, I actually do have 4 pounds of firewood.
I also have 12 pounds of firewood.
Or
There you
how-
go.
Yeah.
Can I look in the beast's eyes?
Yes.
When it's dead, I want to open its eyes and look into them.
What once was a horrifyingly mysterious pale blue is now just kind of a bland pale blue. The magic has gone out of them.
Sorry, Yaramir. It looks like I broke them.
He's okay. Perhaps we can study them. I want to fish his eyes out and put them in one of my jars.
You want me to do that?
Sure.
Make sure you pickle them.
All right. I work at popping this thing's eyes out.
All right, you pop the creep. Well, give me a dex check not to accidentally pop the eye rather than just pop it out.
Oh well, if it's hard work, then I'll let Yaramir do it. I haven't got
Or,
very much
hold on,
time.
if it's hard to do and you need a dex check, have me do it. I've skinned monsters before. I'm dexterous. I know how to cut things out of things.
Okay, so I've got my knife, and I'm like, well, no, this looks. Forrest, could you take a look at this?
Sure. Let me take a shot at it. It's Dex, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it's plus 17 for me. I pop one
You
eye.
gotta pop the first eye and
Okay.
skewer it. Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry. The second one comes out.
Yeah,
with
so
ease.
I go for the first one, and my finger slips on the knife, and I just go straight through the middle of the eye and say, "Oh shit! All right," and I just cut out the other one. No problem.
Maybe I should have just done it myself. So I can't appraise the treasure, Neal, but does it look like a lot, or is it?
It's a lot of mismatched things. It's not all straight wealth. It's a lot of stuff. Picking through the valuables will be a little bit more difficult of a process. You'll really need Grimes to help you out with that, or just haul it all back and see what it's worth or something.
But even the weapons and the stuff that doesn't look like it would be worth that much might actually be interesting because could be related to people that lived here in the past,
Yeah.
right? So.
Are there
I'm
any?
gonna start skinning these yetis.
Okay.
Do they not feel human to you? No.
What's your point?
They're monsters. They're beasts.
What's your point?
He's saying you should eat them.
Agreed. It'd be a waste not to.
Yeah, we dine on Yeti tonight.
Are there any markings or symbols on any of the metals that have been created or stored here?
Ooh, good question. So you start looking around and you do see a lot of markings. Many of the more tool-like objects all seem to have a similar sign on them. It might even be a symbol of the creator. If they all came from the same town or village, it could be this one blacksmith's mark is this. It's kind of like you would draw a seagull or something. It's kind of like an M, but a little bit more of a wave to it, coming down farther on the sides. Like a seagull sigil that hammered into these things.
Does that sigil remind me of anything that I saw on the coin? On any of the coins that were hammered together?
It does not, but the coins that are here do seem like they are of the same make of the coins that you found.
So there
before.
are coins.
There are coins indeed. Yes, you can calculate the coin worth fairly easily. That is going to be.
That'll be yeah. Once, yeah. after playing with this winch for a few minutes, maybe setting up a fire? Are we camping out? What time?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ferris is gonna set up a fire once he's done skinning, not right away.
And then we'll start gathering the coins, I think,
Sure.
over the course of the evening.
It's 250 gold, 800 silver, 120 copper.
Do you want me? Am I writing this down? Sorry.
Sure.
You're in charge of this expedition, aren't you? I mean, if you'd like,
Sure.
I can be your accountant.
No. Neal, what was it? 250 gold
800 silver, 1200 copper.
and some gems, or no?
There are a few gems, but they're like more set into other valuables. Like there's a chalice that has like little tiny gemstones all the way around the ridge, like kind of shitty gemstones, but lots of them. So it's like a jewel encrusted chalice.
Okay.
That sort of
Do you want me to write down the other stuff, or are
No,
you just gonna?
I'll give you a lump sum.
Okay.
Are there
I'll-
any items that look related to the occult or to the arcane in some way? Are there figurines, or there
I don't think it's a cult if it's the religion. I mean, you're talking. I mean, most likely there'll be like.
Sure. Are there
Busts of
are there
Nadine
are there
or-
items of the cult of Martha in here?
There are no objects relating to Martha as you would understand them. Like there are some figurines.
Uh-huh.
There are some female figurines, but nothing on them says Martha to you.
Okay. I'm interested in the figurines. Do they look particularly valuable? Like is
They're
this
made out
gonna...
of bronze, so their value is more in their artistic work than in their composition.
All right. I pocket a figurine.
Male or female?
Female.
Okay. Are you guys resting here for the night?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
I think we're gonna test it out because we're probably not looking forward to that climb back.
Yeah.
Well,
Is this
then this is a really good place to say you guys rest for the night. Please mark off your rations.
How many
do
rations
it.
do we get out of these Yetis?
Grimes deletes a ration from his character sheet while he agonizes over whether he'd eat Yeti meat.
yeah,
Update, I have one personal ration left.
All right. I've got
In the
enough.
morning, the fog is lifted, and you can see a great distance from where you are. So great, also from your vantage point here, you can see a lighthouse. Out here on this little strip of land is a stone building that
So
rises.
we're going to that, right?
We're going to that.
It's got to rise up at least like 60 feet or something off the ground.
But wait, we've got no way to get past the mountain.
That is right. It would be basically impossible for you guys right now to cross the mountain. You'd have to all make a bunch of climbing checks, or you'd have to take like days and days of Grimes moving you across, which is going to probably result in
gotta
someone's
go the
death.
other way around.
Yeah, or go and requisition a boat, maybe.
There
Yeah,
are a lot of
full-on boat.
options to deal with this, but we will deal with them all next week. We can
Alright.
chat in Discord about these things. You can come up with a plan for next week. This is going to be the end of our session for today.
Sure. We can do this later if you want, but so we don't forget, how many days of rations out of those Yetis?
Before we go, can we detect magic on all these items?
Yeah, can we get some housekeeping done here so that we don't have to do it at the
let's
start?
do
I want
experience and
to
loot.
have the detect magic on the items happen next week, if you don't
Are you
mind.
serious?
Yes,
You're more
yes,
likely
I'm
to
sure
get
we're
It
magic.
could be like 2 months from now.
It'll be next weekend.
Next week. It's next
right?
week. Yeah. Yeah.
Play next week?
I think so.
I can
next
do
weekend.
next
Are we-
week, and then
is
the
this
weekend
real
after
life?
that, I'm in Myanmar. But then after that, I'm good forever.
Okay. We'll deal with all this housekeeping in between
No, but wait.
sessions or next session.
But not XP Neal. We do XP now.
Yeah, XP
Sure.
and how many days of
Why do you
rations?
act like that's like you've given us some favor? That's part of the game. It's what you do at the end of the session. I mean,
That's how he does it.
Wait, rations.
Mate, at the end of Hardcore Heroes, we'd go like 4 or 5 sessions without getting any
You'd
XP.
go like
fuck.
2 sessions without going XP and like
Okay,
flip
whoa,
a shit.
we had a time where it was like 4 sessions straight until we
Yeah,
got
and Bastion was like level 2
yeah.
for the whole time.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I think he was level 1, wasn't he? Like that's why
Yeah,
it was so painful.
The whole goblin thing, yeah.
So let's give you some combat experience for the Yetis. There was also the
Winter Wolf.
The Winter
Wolf
Wolf. But
thing.
what did Ryan come up with the name for it that I liked better?
I just
Arctic
Storm
Wolf?
Wolf or Snow Wolf.
Storm Wolf.
Storm Wolf.
Winter
I like
Wolf
the-
is way better. But
Winter Wolf
okay.
is much
Storm
better,
Wolf.
I don't know. Whatever.
Storm Wolf
Let's
sounds like a Zeus thing. That's like drops thunderbolts on
give you some experience for that.
Yeah.
You have discovered the wall. That's a little bit of story XP right there for discovering the wall. You have discovered this Yeti's cave, which has more relics of the past, which you will investigate next week, but I'm going to give you the experience this week for discovering and investigating these relics of the past. You have spotted more signs of civilization. This time you've spotted like a legitimate building.
Yeah.
Real signs of civilization. You haven't explored it yet, but you've seen it. So I'll give you a little bit of discovery experience for that. When you actually get to that building, if you ever make it there, we can play with that a little bit more. We've had some nice role playing. The party is somewhat coming together. They're less at each other's throats this week than they were in former weeks, which is nice to see. Oh God! Oh, I lost all my math. Shit.
Oh my God, Neal.
combat, discovering the wall, discovering the lighthouse, roleplay. Am I missing anything?
Divided by 4. Everyone, please take home 1,170 experience points.
You are joking me. 1170.
1170.
Is that including 10% or no?
It is not.
Okay.
75, 62. I'm almost.
Oh wait, no, I think we're all good. I think we're all good, man. 1287 plus 678, 175. 8,068.
You got it. Nice.
That's what I got. You leveling up?
I am leveling up.
Nice.
Oh my.
Is it 16k for the next level?
Yeah, probably. So, William, what do you roll for hit
Roll.
points these days?
D10 plus
1, I think.
1. Yeah. I've rolled good so far.
You can't
not
say
as
that.
good.
Not
No.
You can't say that right before you roll, man. Ferris, I think you also level, right?
No, I'm just short. 'cause I don't
He
get
hasn't got his
10%.
10%.
Right. Brutal.
I'm about 400 off.
Grimes,
Oh, I get an extra plus 1 to hit. though.
I'm set.
Do I
you
get?
don't level.
I'm a long way from level.
Okay, Yaromir,
So
do you level? Hold on.
Oh no, not even close.
Okay, cool. So it's just Nick.
Do I
I'll be
get
next session.
proficiency?
No, you get proficiencies at 3rd level, or every level that's evenly divisible by 3 is the one you get your new weapon and non-weapons.
Southeast.
Okay.
But you do get a +1 to hit,
Yeah.
and you do not get new saves.
Damn it. Plus
No,
1
it's
to
just
hit then.
HP and hit bonus at level 4.
All right. Plus 6 to hit. Thank you.
+6
I do
to
have
hit.
a-
You're level 4 now, right?
Yeah.
+3 from level, +2 from his strength.
Plus 1 from
specialization.
specialization.
Ah, there we go. Specialization. That's what I was missing. Sweet. All right, everybody. We will be back next week with another episode of Frozen Frontier.
It's good to be back. That was fun.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
can't
good.
believe we've got a session next week.
Yeah.
It's been,
No, man,
it's been
this-
so
this
long
was-
since it's.
This was just a one-off. We're gonna be good now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's it. Did anyone have anything to say before we close it out for the day?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for DMing, Neil.
My pleasure.
Thanks for bearing with us while we've had a break.
Yeah, it's been a long break, but it's good to be back. We should be good
I
until
thought the
December.
flashbacks were quite nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. Do you guys watch everybody else's flashbacks?
I tried not to, and then I ran out of content, and then I kind of had to. I don't know that I've caught all the flashbacks. but
Yeah, I haven't seen them all yet, but I am watching them.
Yeah.
All right.
Am I? Did I break the rules?
I'm looking forward to.
you be who you want to be. You spoil yourself as much as you want to
There's literally
spoil.
nothing you can do. Like if you need something to watch mine. It will literally give you no information about my character.
Dude,
I'm
it will give
excited
you
about-
so much information about who Yaromir is as a person.
I'm excited about Yaromir's second one because it's got like loads of comments on the YouTube video, which means it must be pretty good. It's got loads of comments.
You can watch
All right.
mine. I feel like mine's pretty safe, spoilers wise. Like it's a little bit of how he became such a rat bastard, but that's about it.
I'm a big believer that nothing happens if it doesn't happen at the nothing is real unless it happens at the table, and
Agreed.
so you should definitely watch my my flashbacks because that's stuff that happened at the table, so it's canon. You should probably.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I saw Yarmus, and the tie-ins to this week's episode here were nice. We had a heart-wrenching moment or two there.
Yep. All right. That's it, guys. Then we will see you next week for some more Fro, and then we're off for a week, and then we'll be back with more Fro. So, see you guys, Bob, later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.